Hi gorgeous lights, welcome to the astrological read for the week starting the 31st of July. Happy birthday, Leos. Just going to see what's coming up. I'll check in with Spirit, and I am using the spellcaster deck for the little mini reads for this week. Just going to see where we're going. We're actually in I do love the Leo moon. It's quite an assertive moon. It is certainly asking us to get real, which Leos love to do, and very much being in charge of our own destiny is going on right now at the moment anyway. So we'll just skip to Leo for a couple of messages from upstairs before we have a look at the cards as well. So Leo, you're actually being given the phrase polish your finesse this week. In the delivery of how you say things, pay attention to how people are responding back to you. This is about really working that magic, Leo, that you've actually got in terms of your persuasive qualities that you have with other people this week as well. And there's a real push for you to take ownership here for this week in terms of recognition of projects and really being in your house of power. I've just been told for you, Leos, as well. So let's see what actually comes up with the cards as well. Don't pick petty fights this week, Leo, because I'm being told it could backfire on you next week. And while you may think that you're getting an accolade this week, and by all means you deserve it, don't get too smug with it. They're just telling you as well, because I kind of feel if you push it just a little bit too far, Leo, it has the potential to backfire on you as well. So we'll see what cards I've actually given you as well. Ooh, and you've got the protection card, and it is really an indication of you're protected from the universe, by the universe I should say, from pushing it too far, but it is a free choice realm, so you do have to actually have a look at making a decision about how far you do actually want to push things. As I said, be careful, you are divinely protected, but that only goes so far if you're pushing through just to prove a point. It's really, really interesting as well. So now you've got your eye with the Travel card on distant horizons. Now they're telling me this is also symbolic as well. As I said, you're in your own moon as well. You're in this beautiful Leo moon, which is get real, make a plan, be definitive, own your energy. Now the Travel card is symbolic as well. We're travelling, Leos, within your own self right at the moment, stepping into ownership and stepping up. It is going to make you, with this moon, really look at what are the projects where you want to head towards and what you divinely want out of your life right at the moment as well. Again, there's that reminder, don't be too cocky. The universe is actually on your side. The universe is actually wanting to bring in help and understanding and really help you with accomplishment, I've just been told for this week as well. So I'd make a plan. I'd light your own way. There's a wee light on the front of the boat here. I would light your own way with the knowledge that you're good at what you do, you're able to take charge as well, but just watch how things come out of your mouth. Like, I feel like I really did a big warning, Will Robinson, around that one, because there is a tendency to just push it just that little bit too far this week as well. If any of you beautiful Leos out there wanting to get pregnant, I've got pregnancy around someone this week as well, and good news and a plan for overseas travel as well. So it is in your month, beautiful, amazing Leo, so it is really important that you step up and take ownership, particularly in this week as well, and get the whole ball rolling for August. August is a lovely month for you guys as well, definitive plans, but yeah, take ownership and kick it off right from this week. Really, really important that you do that as well. So I'm just going to switch to Virgo. I absolutely love Virgos, they're so details based. In Virgo, I'm just checking in with them what the message is for you this week as well. Now, there does seem to be a preoccupation this week to do with family matters, they're just showing me. And while there seems to be a theme of new beginnings that is going on, I do feel there's some younger family members here that are going to actually need to be paid attention to, whether it's grandees or children. I've got youth or younger people that are needing your attention this week, Virgos. I do have a preoccupation with family matters, and there does seem to be here either someone needing to get a resolution around a will being signed, or documentation to do with legal matters, to do with estates and things like that is actually going around some Virgos right at the moment as well. I do get also, Virgos, that you need to be aware of your own importance or what you bring to the table this week. There isn't a need to be downplaying responsibilities or looking to someone else to step up and actually take control of the reins here. The buck seems to be stopping with you, Virgo. So I'm just going to pull a couple of cards and actually see where they're actually going with that as well. Family members, younger family members, somebody's asking for help and needing help, and it's in a genuine matter, and needing to take it seriously. They just seem to be struggling with their own identification with what life is like for them right at the moment as a younger person, and a need to remember, gorgeous Virgo, that you were young once, and how hard it was for yourself to actually come through as well. And look at that, bang, we have the family card. So really coming into alignment of actually the moon is illuminating the need this week to pay attention to family unit, particularly younger family members, and get to the bottom of either a miscommunication or something that's going on to do with a family member there, Virgo, as well. Certainly, there's a need really that you've got the dreams card as well, so I would be paying attention to clues and understanding that's coming through dreams for you guys right at the moment as well, particularly to do with the back on the family dynamic, the back on what dreams you want to accomplish at a family level, and how inclusive that you actually want to be for family members being included in this, Virgo. Really, really important that you actually look at that and pull it into these truthful communication alignments with the truth card here as well. I'm being told to tell you, not every perception is the same as your own, Virgo, and it really is important with some younger family members in particular here, or extended family members, to get to the bottom of what their needs are and their perception of a situation is as well. It just feels that there's a really big potential for misunderstandings here, and I'm kind of being pushed to actually let you know that it's worth the time investing, even though it can feel really, really frustrating. It is totally worth investing into listening to the point of view that can come from a younger family member as well. It is a really good week. I feel like there's resolutions towards the end of the week for you guys, Virgo, and I do feel like, even though it could go slightly close to a crisis point with a family member, I feel it can be resolved by the end of the week if you're paying enough attention as well. So hopefully that makes sense as well. There is a need here also, I'm being told to tell you, just to pay attention to your financials, Virgo. There's an unexpected bill in the pipeline here as well, and I've just got a frustration that you're having to look at it as an oversight. There is a payment plan or something to do with a vehicle that needs sorting out for some of you as well. So I'll just hand that on to you as well before I skip to the gorgeous Libra for the week starting the 31st of the 7th. Now, there's a sigh of relief around Libra just at the moment as well, because it is a sign that actually needs to be in balance at times, and I do feel just at the moment there seems to be some up and downness going on to do with your sign. A little bit we are in relationship energy, and this Leo moon is pushing you to decide what kind of alignments that you want to have, what kind of relationships that you do want to have, and where you have your say in relationships as well. There's no hiding your light under a bushel here, Libra. There's a need for you to step up and take some ownership of some projects or plans that you're looking at doing as well, because you've got an invitation, they're telling me, and an unexpected format to kind of rise here or look at a little bit of being in the limelight. For any of you that's looking for a new job at the moment, gorgeous Libra, I do feel that it's towards the later month that you're getting a cemented offer or a package coming into play, but make sure to look at that, rework your CV, and make sure that you're selling to your absolute strengths, which now Libra strength is very much are telling me to do with organisation of people, structures, and planning, which is a really, really good way of putting it as well. So we'll just see what they've got in the cards for you guys. They've given me a few cards for you guys as well, Libra, so we'll just see what they've got. You have the Courage card. Again, very much about stepping into ownership and looking at the balances that you need to create in your own in your own life, and actually playing to your strengths as well. Because I do feel for you guys there is an offer or there's something in the pipeline, and part of you will go, oh, could I really be bothered actually taking that on board? I'd give you the courage to actually go after that, to be perfectly honest as well. Again, you've got the travel card has come up, and we know this card is about putting a plan into place and looking in the direction that we're heading. For some, you've got overseas travel. I've got UK, Europe, and Australia around some people, and setting your eye on a goal or a plan or a horizon with this Leo moon. Very much finding your feet in a negotiation with yourself about what does keep you into balance. And I'm particularly drawing my attention to the beautiful little blue butterfly that's up here, an offer and opportunity definitely in the offing, and of course you've got the good luck card to actually go with it as well. Unexpected format, investigate the paperwork, renegotiate if you need to. In terms of an offer or a deal, I do feel there's some negotiation around it. If you're after a job, then look at the contract details before you actually sign it to make sure it's in your favour. I do feel that there's potentially, if you're after a job, gorgeous Libra, that there may be a hidden clause or misunderstanding. You'll need to bring that back into balance before you actually sign, if you're willing to actually sign for a job. Great week for interviews, new offers and opportunities for gorgeous Libra. So good luck, guys. Or not that you need it, you got the good luck card. Right, so moving forward to gorgeous Scorpio. A week of hidden opportunities and unexpected formats. Now, it always amazes me when Spirit actually says things like this as well, because the phrase that they're giving me, it's not what you know, it's who you know. It's not what you know, it's who you know. So I do feel, Scorpio, this week there is connections or understandings of connections that can come through other people, and I do think I would be paying attention. It's kind of like making me prickly ears or wanting to listen with my ears. If someone is saying, oh, I know somebody that was looking for somebody or whatever, then that's a cue for you to go, right, okay, there's something in this for me, because it's not a coincidence that someone is talking about this right in front of me, or they know somebody that's interested in something, or looking for someone for a job or a role or an opportunity. So when they say an unexpected format, you really do have to be paying attention, because, you know, quite often we're human beings, we're scanning around going, maybe this could happen and maybe that could happen, and we completely miss the fact that someone might have said, did you know that this was happening over there, and that was your perfect cue to go, I need to go over there and actually do something as well. So just be really mindful of that, Scorpio. Don't miss your own opportunities, because you will recognise them post this week, they've said, but a few of you may be kicking yourself that you've said to the universe that you want an opportunity to come up, and then you've actually missed the opportunity in the first place. So Scorpio, pay attention. You have got the reconciliation card for this week, gorgeous lights, and I love that big moon that we're talking about, the Libra moon at the moment, which is getting real with ourselves. Now, because Scorpios are so deep, they're telling me that this particular card, they are showing up in reconciliation. It is about, at the moment, in this get real energy, gorgeous Scorpio, about getting really in touch with the deeper emotional parts of ourselves, forgiving parts of ourselves, reconciling parts of ourselves as well. I do have an offer here to do with unrequited love. Now, you have actually got the love card as well, gorgeous Scorpio. So I do feel there's love coming in, or a chance to rekindle a love, or re-look at a format and how you're turning up in a loving way as well. I'm being told the devil's in the details to do with this as well. So there's a need to kind of not judge yourself or the past or anyone new coming in for anything that you've already experienced before, gorgeous Scorpio, because it is taking in some unexpected formats as well. And I do feel offers coming in an unexpected format that you may well overlook just to do with having experience with how some things have gone in the past before. Please don't do that. Everything this week will be an opportunity for you, gorgeous Scorpio, and I would simply take the time to investigate, find out, be curious. It's a great week for you to actually do that. Any misgivings that you might have will be to do with past experiences. Please do not judge your current experiences or what's coming up for you, gorgeous Scorpio, on anything that has happened to you previously. It's a chance for clean slate, they're telling me. It's a chance for you to move forward in your own identification about what actually really suits you, as long as it's not based on past experiences as well. Look, the way that it works, whatever you've experienced in the past, you don't need to experience again. If you use your own innate wisdom, don't hold on to grudges, let go and move forward in a positive way. So I'll leave that with you. Just moving on to Sagittarius. Restless energy they're bringing in for Sagittarius right at the moment as well. Where's your goal? Where's your plan? Where's your goal? Where's your plan? Now, Sagittarians notoriously fun-loving sign in the zodiac, and in this Leo moon you've got amplified passionate energy because it's a fire moon in the fire signs, and Sagittarius, you're always better if you've got a goal or something that you're actually heading towards as well. A little bit of fame and fortune threads coming in around Sagittarius for this week, if you take advantage of an opportunity. So kind of sitting a little bit on the similar, slightly similar to the Scorpio alignment, Sagittarius, but a need for you to, I've just said, mind your willfulness of expecting a situation to go your way without actually investigating or considering that there might be another viewpoint as well. So you're going to need adaptability and flexibility this week, as well as looking at what you're doing to make a plan for yourself as well. So the first card that you've got up for you as well is you've got the Animals card. Now, that is about your connectivity with your particular sign to the rest of the world around you, in particular animals, the freedom that you have with animals, Sagittarius, and paying attention to animal needs. They've also just said here, someone's either got, okay, so I've got a problem here around they're showing me a horse and they're showing me teeth. So I feel like someone has got a horse that actually needs its teeth sorted out, particularly on the right-hand side that they're giving me as well. And there may be some need for investment or insurances around animals to do with you, Sagittarius, as well. So just be really, really mindful of that. The next card up for you guys is the Clarity card. As I said, this is tying into the make a plan and put a little bit of thoughtfulness in there, just saying a little bit of clarity into what your own needs are, and then just be really clear to the universe as well, because I get the distinct impression there needs to be a goal, there needs to be something that you're heading towards to stop that restless energy, to enable you to actually move forward. The more clear that you are in yourself to the universe, the quicker that things can fall into place. And there's an opportunity here as well for a new beginnings coming in, Sagittarius, if you're making steps and inroads into the direction that you're supposed to be going. So they're showing me here just into the sun side of it, and they're showing me the hills in the background, and very important to not worry about the pathway that's going forward there, but actually just envisaging where you want to go on the other side of it, so you can have what you need on the journey along the way with your new beginnings, Sagittarius, as well. So that's just really for this week as well. Doorways opening, opportunities, that's really sitting in the pipeline for August for most of the signs as well. So moving forward to Capricorn. They've just said with Capricorn as well, this overthinking and overanalyzing isn't doing you any favours, and there's a certain moodiness that's actually coming in with this particular mood that they've just told me, Capricorn, that you need to be mindful of. Watch out for taking things too intensely and too personally, And certainly I'm getting the whole get clarification if you're having a discussion with anyone. If you've got any travel plans, I'm going to expect delays, and there seems to be either an altercation around getting money back or getting a refund or something, guys, this week. Watch out, Capricorn. I do feel that this moon can cause a little bit of frustration for you, and a little bit of petty arguments as you really want to actually get your way, they've just said as well. So I need to be really, really mindful of that for this week. The other thing, headspace, is I like, get out of your headspace too much. If you're in your headspace too much and someone says something, you can hear it the wrong way or read it the wrong way. That can fire up and accelerate and cause you drama, and you think, how did I actually get into this equation? It's simply because you may not have actually listened in the first place, so you're getting a little bit of growl around that. As you've got the transformation card, and I think probably a really good thing to remember about this is if we do embark on misinterpreting a situation or taking everything personally, it can actually push us into transforming the way that we actually look at things. It can be a good thing because of the growth that comes with transformation, but also can be a frustrating thing because inadvertently it looks like you may push yourself into that transformation. I do have financial health around you too, by the way, as well. You reap what you sow, is what they've just said. So if you're wanting to harvest or wanting to actually get things sorted out at a financial level, then you do have to think of it, they're telling me, a little bit like a seed. If you're doing an investment, that it's going to take time to grow, and you know, the game with this petty energy, just making sure not to take it all personally, have a clear plan with financials and work forward within that. And of course you've got the whole petty energy, you've got the forgiveness card, so that's really, really important for you to not take everything on board and wind it up into something bigger, they're saying, than what it actually needs to be, because the only one that will end up holding the energy, gorgeous Capricorn, will be you. Just switching now to Aquarius. They're building in a work environment around you, Aquarius, and a need to get a resolution or something sorted with a work colleague or a boss. I do feel that sparks could actually fly in the work environment this week, Aquarius, if you're not careful. And I do feel it's to do with either rushing a situation or not reading a situation properly, if it's with a colleague or if it's crikey with a boss. But they have told me if you don't get it sorted, it will accelerate by the end of the week into a full-blown confrontation. I'm like, ooh, crikey, you need to be aware of that, because they're also saying that with you, gorgeous Aquarius, you can actually end up drawing the short straw with this by actually turning it around and end up being at the bottom of the heap when you really should have been on the top of the heap to do with it. Don't do your normal trick of trying to avoid confrontation, Aquarius, or keep the peace or whatever, because it will backfire in your direction as well. And I do get there was a slightly intentional misunderstanding, because it seems to be in your work environment they're quite used to you actually either backing down or not standing your ground. Please stand your ground on this one as well, because I feel it can be, it's going one or two ways, you see. And I think best case scenario would be to actually just step back just a little bit and evaluate that, yep, it potentially can go into a conflict, but you also have your own answers about how you can actually resolve this, gorgeous Aquarius, and you can actually sort it out. So they're going, don't withdraw like you normally do. Make sure that you're honest, frank, and get your point of view across as well. And you get the courage card to remind you to do just that. You're already playing to your strengths, and there's a deep knowing with this either confrontation that you're actually right and in the right. Stand your ground with it, please. Otherwise, it's going to filter on to you next week, and then you're going to need healing as well. So that the healing card is a reminder for you that to watch your habits and your behaviours of either taking it personally, stepping back, not saying anything when you really, really wanted to say something. They're going, heal this aspect that puts you on the back foot all the time, gorgeous Aquarius, so that you stop a cycle and a pattern that's playing out around you to do with a work environment. It doesn't feel like it's a new situation. Oh, seriously, there's a confrontational person there as well. And of course, you got given the forgiveness card as well, which is very bright. And the forgiveness is really directed towards self, and the water always is to do with emotions as well. So I kind of feeling like you're getting a little bit of a hurry up from the universe to heal some old aspects to do with conflict and not liking conflict, Aquarius. So just be really, really mindful of that as well. Yeah, it's not overly checking in what you're actually doing or what you're saying to people. It's going to be taken out of context anyway. It's just how you deal with it. Seriously, how you deal with it. Once you get it sorted, it's a sigh of relief, but really don't avoid getting it sorted because you got some sleepless nights around you this week if you don't as well. I'll just leave that with you and jump to Pisces. Beautiful Pisces. What have we got for Pisces this week, please? Oh, that is a weirdest thing. Okay, so they've just said to you, Pisces, as well, there's a need to look after your feet this week, whether you're running, jogging, shoes, um, picking your feet up. They said really, okay, thank you. It's a grounded energy of needing to be really, really grounded and really mindful of looking after your feet. Now, the weirdest thing is they keep showing me, and sometimes they just show me the weirdest things. They're showing me toenails here. And I'm going to go there. If someone's got a fungal infection or something that needs to be looked at, can you get it looked at? I feel like there's a need for antibiotics, or there's what is it? Tinnitus to do with feet? Is that ears? Oh, no. There's something there that actually needs looking after as well. Fungal infection, is they're going to get it right. Fungal infection. There's something there that needs to actually be sorted out or to do with someone's feet. Pisces, not all Pisces, of course, just one Pisces or some Pisces. The other thing is, please pay attention to how you're moving to place. I have an absent-minded feel about how that's why they're telling you to pick up your feet and pay attention and get in groundedness. Groundedness is paying attention to where you are on the earth plane at all times, and this is particularly to do with travelling around just at the moment as well. I feel if you're not paying attention this week, gorgeous Pisces, you can put yourself in a position where you are regretting not having enough awareness while you're travelling. It's either, there's a siren, there's either a ticket, parking ticket, or speeding fine coming towards you just because you're not paying enough attention. Gorgeous Pisces. So, sorry, stay away from that, and I'll just pull some cards for you. Which one? Okay, thank you. Right. So the first card I've got up to you is the Truth. Now, the Truth card in this context for you in terms of groundedness is they're going, look in the mirror, what you see is what you get, what you see is what you get, and they're really trying to get you to see what's reflecting back at you, what the universe is trying to teach you about this groundedness, and just being fully present in the present moment as well. I get the distinct impression, gorgeous Pisces, that you are being called to keep that beautiful brain of yours on the planet and fully focus on what you're actually doing. Really, really important that you actually do that. And I also got a recognition here of your own talent and what you bring. But they're drawing my attention to the fact that it's out in space, and it's a weird spacey in my head feeling. They're going, come on, get back into your life, get back into what you're supposed to be doing. Don't let the universe trip you up. So she's standing only on one leg. Trip you up to slow you down to get you to be fully present in your life, gorgeous Pisces, because I feel that can happen this week. And I really do think you got the forgiveness card as well. It is actually realising that you actually have a lot that you kind of bring to the table when your focus is in the right place and on the earth plane for what you're actually supposed to be doing as well. And they said if you do that, you get your own inspiration, but make sure, gorgeous Pisces, not to be slowed down by the universe and kind of sit on your bottom to make sure that you're fully present in the present moment as well. I would call on all your guides to help you with being grounded, so that enables you to move forward with what you're supposed to be doing this week, gorgeous Pisces, as well. Now, just skipping here to Aries, and I'll ask them what they have for Aries this week as well. Still sitting on, so we've got a Leo moon, it's a fire moon, it's very much about getting real, and they are saying to me, gorgeous Aries, you do have to pay attention to this week to some of the truths that you gloss over or skip over, or particularly to do with friendships, relationships, where you're kind of ignoring something that you should actually be paying attention to. It's very much, pardon me, a manipulative energy that you've got around you to do with friendships and responsibilities, and I do feel like there's a little bit of a denial going on with you, Aries, about not paying enough attention to what you actually need to be sorting out as well. Don't do any deceit with yourself this week, or other people, even in good intentions, because I do feel that it could actually backfire on you as well. They really want you addressing all the nitty gritty this week about what's going to make your life easier, where you need help, be it, you know, to do with flatmates, to do with payments or alignments where people are actually teaming up with you, and what they're supposed to bring for it. I wouldn't cut any slack. You know, they're showing me a pie and they're showing me a piece of the pie and somebody else taking the rest of the pie. So make sure that you're really fair in your boundaries this week as well, gorgeous Aries. Just going to see what you got on the cards for you this week as well. There could be two cards that are quite important. Yeah, I kind of feel that it's about progress for yourself and boundaries and changes, and there's a lot of realisations that are there as well of where you've been in denial about something. You have the new beginnings card as you let go of some of that denial and actually open up to more aspects of yourself and more understanding of yourself as well. And look, you've got, if you do that, you have the beautiful happiness card coming in as you realise that some of the burdens of responsibility that you are carrying, gorgeous Aries, was of your own making there for this week as well. So scooting on to Taurus, and all the beautiful Tauruses that I've got around me. What have you got for Taurus, please? Oh, the first thing that they've said to me is you can end up working against yourself in your own stubbornness this week, or a refusal to take on board good advice or take on advice. So I kind of feel that there's a situation that comes up where some Tauruses are kind of asking lots of other people for advice, getting a very similar thread back through that advice over a situation, then randomly ignoring it anyway and ploughing on ahead and then going, why didn't I actually listen to that advice? Or why didn't I pay attention to the commonality that was coming as I asked a dozen people? Bullheadedness and stubbornness, they said, is going to work against you this week, Taurus, if you're not careful, and bring it back into alignment. If you've asked somebody the question and they gave you an honest answer, and even though it wasn't what you wanted to hear and it was the same as or similar to what somebody else gave you, pay attention. Don't do your innate stubbornness which goes, I heard that, but I'm just going to do what I think anyway as well. Because, yeah, you've got the manifestation card here as well, and you will end up, they said, because they showed me the light of the moon, just with an illumination of which pathway you should have taken after the fact, and you will have to actually live with the reasoning of your bullheadedness as what you're actually trying to manifest does not quite pull off exactly the way that you thought that it was going to, so I was a little bit smack there. And they're going in your awarenesses, if you're asking, you've got psychic ability cards, if you're asking lots of people for advice and they gave you the same commonality answer, then you should recognise the common thread that is actually there is appealing to your intuition, that you should know, you should trust that you've heard it this time, then there's a commonality in it. So you should be trusting that the universe is using different people to actually give you a very similar answer so that your intuition actually listens to it. So I kind of feel there's a little bit of a smack here this week, Taurus, but I feel like it's on your own making, unfortunately, as you've actually stepped into just stubbornness and not actually seeing that there's a commonality being shown to you of the right direction to take, but you're ignoring it and actually moving forward as well. So yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a frustrating week, but I feel like it doesn't need to be because I've given you the heads up around that as well. Good to know. Anywho, moving on to the gorgeous Gemini. Now you've got the words retreat and reflection around you, Gemini, and I do feel like even though this is a month where you can potentially shine if you stepped into ownership, I do feel like you can end up being in conflict with yourself, the duality of your own self, arguing backwards and forwards and just deciding that you're going to hermit for a week. That's fine, you can be slow to start for this month, I've just told you. But do the realisation that a lot of your internal arguments are to do with yourself, and the realisation of that is key this week for you. Not have a whole month where you're feeling like you're crunching along, but recognising in the duality of yourself, it does give you each side of aspects of what you actually need to actually look at for the week as well. Yeah, exactly. You've got the peace card. So that not arguing with yourself would be quite a good idea, and actually looking at one perspective, other perspective, and then taking the middle ground to do with it as well. If you're seeking peace this week, you have to give it back to yourself. And they're saying, you know, in the arguing with yourself, it makes you forget that you've got the courage to make the right decisions in the first place. Gorgeous Gemini, and I would be going, okay, I heard that side, I will take the middle ground and be courageous enough to recognise both aspects of myself. Doesn't make me go hermit, doesn't make me go to ground. I need to actually courageously address it and find your own peace. Seriously, you've got the duality of you in this moon is pushing you to be real into acceptance of who you are, gorgeous Gemini, what you bring to the table. Please don't hermit down this week. I feel that you just go, oh, I wish I hadn't really taken the time and I didn't need to. Stop fighting with yourself and recognise your own duality. It's exactly what you actually need right at this period of time. It is a good week. If you want to hide, but you will kick yourself that you probably hadn't when there's other projects and other things that you could have been getting on with Gemini. That's your wee telling off. Now moving on lastly to Cancer. Right, it's all about the snooze, they've just said. Now that's an interesting phrase. If you're wanting, dear Cancer, if you're wanting to call in favours from people, this is the week to do it, as long as you remember a favour asked for, they've just said. The person will remember that you asked them a favour, and then at a certain other time, they will expect you to reciprocate, gorgeous Cancer. So make sure that whatever you're asking for or smooshing for, be it a pay increase, a day off, a rise, that's a pay increase, but, you know, a negotiation, whatever, it doesn't matter who it's with, if it's with work, if it's with family, or if it's a friendship, don't forget it will have to be reciprocated at another point in time. So if this is a week that you're asking for time off, or a time out, or whatever, borrowing money, or a car, someone's not going to forget that you'll need to reciprocate it. You've got the manifestation card. You can manifest whatever you want, but there's that mindfulness in the background. Whoever you ask a favour from, they will ask for one back again as well. It's a reciprocal flow of energy and understanding that that's their Cancer. Your home environment, really, really, really important for you that you have stability and understanding in your home environment as well. So if you're asking for anyone for a favour to sort a house, help a house, anything like that, remember it will have to be reciprocated. So in your organisation, if it's someone's getting something fixed, there's a roof fixed, or there's something to do with spouting, plumbing, this is coming up to do with this card. Remember, if you ask a favour, it will have to be reciprocated. Very, very clear about that. And I do feel, you know, they've said the flow to your happiness. You are happy to actually allow people to meet you halfway and bring you your happiness. Just remember, dear Cancer, it will have to be reciprocated further down the track. Whoever you're asking, whoever you're talking to, it's like they've got memory like an elephant, and they're not going to actually forget that you asked that favour as well. All in all, as we come into this lovely Leo energy and a change into August, I do feel that it's a good week. There's just some navigating. We've still got the word navigating that's going on, guys. Navigating to get through, through the next 6 months as well, and bearing in mind that everybody isn't together is the best thing you can do. Have a great week. Keep shining.